What's up everyone, I'm back with another video. In today's video I will be sharing my thoughts and informing y'all on a recently released game called Outriders. I will also be going over a majority of what it has to offer. I have a little over 26 hours in the game, as you guys can see in the screenshot above, so I know a decent bit about everything it has to offer. Some of you guys may be asking, what is Outriders? Outriders basically is a looter shooter slash RPG slash adventure game that actually has quite a decent storyline. Would I say it's a good game? My short answer is not exactly, and my long answer will be shared over the course of this video. From the reviews on Steam and YouTube, people really dislike the late game and the balancing. I haven't really got to late game yet, but I will tell you, the balancing is very bad. Overall, there are a few different types of weapons in the game. You can get the weapons that shopkeepers place at each area, or by, of course, shooting and looting. The weapon balancing is terrible, and I find that the only good weapons are either LMGs or ARs, and these are like the LMGs, and they don't really have any ARs in the shop right now. But as you can see, it refreshes every 30 minutes, so it'll just refresh to different new items that will also have different mods, attributes, and stats overall. The other weapons in the game, which are basically just SMGs, shotguns, pistols, snipers, are just really bad in comparison to ARs and LMGs. I find myself using an LMG or an AR as my primary weapon, and I tend not to even use my secondary or pistol. In this game, like many other games, the main character has a few skills that are also based on which one of the characters you select. I chose the character that has fire powers, because I thought it was pretty sick. As of now, there are 8 skills for each character, and you can main 3 of these 8 skills. You can make upgrades to your character or to your skills through the class tree. Each branch offers different perks for each of your ability types. This branch right here offers skills to these 3 ones, and then you can see their pictures, and then of course match it up to which ones you have. And this one does it for, let me find it, does it for these 3. And then the top branch does it for those 2. Most of the skills are pretty equal besides this skill right here, volcanic rounds. I've never used other characters in the game, but I'm pretty sure all of them have a skill that is basically equal to this one. Volcanic rounds fills your mag with rounds that do an insane amount of damage and also put an effect on the enemy that you shoot. For my character, the effect is burn. At the time being, this skill comboed with the LMG is absolutely broken in my opinion, due to the fact that you can load a 100 clip of just these rounds alone. On this screen right here, you can change the difficulty of the game. In this game, the difficulty you play on is called your world tier. And as you can see, it has different things like that change the enemy level, the dropped item level, loot rarity modifier, legendary drop rate modifier bonus, and then it also changes your wearable item level cap. Every time you go up in world tiers, you'll get new rewards. Like this one, you'll get a epic weapon, and also you'll get some titanium on top of that. And then as you keep going on, they'll just get better and better every time you complete one. I personally really enjoy this feature and think that it's a pretty good concept. Like I said, you can get loot in this game by buying it from shopkeepers, killing bosses, or just plain old enemies. You can also get loot by opening chests around the map, but the loot really isn't that good. In Outriders, there's an auto loot feature that grabs every single thing lying on the ground that wasn't looted by you and tosses it into your inventory. You can either use the loot that you get, sell it, or even dismantle it. From selling the loot, you can get scrap, like this. You can select however much you want to sell, and you can just sell them right here. You'll get the scrap for them. You can then use that scrap to buy the loot from the shopkeepers around each map. Like I said before, all the shops reset every about 30 minutes. Some will reset in 15, some will reset in an hour, and that'll change the items that will be in here, so they'll all have different mods, different attributes, different stats, all of that. If you don't want to use the loot that you get, or sell it, you can also dismantle it. By dismantling items, you can get attribute shards, mods, leather, iron, and titanium depending on the rarity. And with that, I'll be moving on to my next favorite thing in the game. You can use the resources that you got from dismantling items to also upgrade them, mod them, swap the variants, and level them up. You can use the attribute shards to level up attributes, like these ones right here. Personally, the weapon life leech is my favorite one, and it's a lot better than all the other ones. I would recommend it as a go-to on any weapon that you have, and any weapon that you buy well, you cannot change the attributes for it. There's also a wide variety of mods in the game that you would get from weapons that you dismantle. They change your armor and weapons completely, so I would highly recommend using them. They also have a really low fee, as you can see right here. It's only about 150 iron, and I got loads of it. Like I said a little bit before, you can also swap the variant of your weapon. From swapping the variant of a weapon, it'll change the stats completely and can even change the weapon to a burst. I personally find that the tactical variant is better than all the other variants in the game. It turns your weapon into a burst and makes it absolutely broken. And the last two things that you can do with weapon modding is either leveling up and improving the rarity. And those aren't really that special, so I'm not going to go in depth with them. Overall, I really like the loot modding system this game has to offer, but there are clearly better mods to run, and also better variants to run, which overall is a little unbalanced. I really like the way traveling works in this game. Basically, you go to these banners placed around the map, just ones that look like this, and then you can use these banners to travel to different locations on each area on the planet. This character right here is named Jacob. He'll take you to different maps on the planet. As you can see, he'll just take you to different places around the map, and you can do missions at every single place. I personally really enjoy this game, but I think a little bit more balancing needs to be brought to it. I haven't played the late game yet, I only have a little over 26 hours, but from what I hear, it isn't very good. Overall, I'd rate this game a 7 out of 10. Would I recommend it to others? Probably not. It's a good waste of 60 bucks. And I would personally say it's maybe worth 20 to 30, maybe even 40, but definitely not 60. That's all my thoughts and information that I have today, so I hope you all enjoyed.